You couldn't believe it if I told
outsourced
you.
accounting.
You could, hold on guys. Testing! Okay, now.
He loves this. He used to work in the lamb industry for USDA, and I used to go out to slaughterhouses, auction markets, all over the country.
Hold on guys. Testing! Testing! I think, I don't know if it's the right mic now. Which story?
The one about when I was doing this contract work for USDA.
Alright,
Field audits.
I'm not sure. Ask her if we got it.
Wait.
Ask her if we got it.
You got damn many studios up here.
How about this guy thinks he can do his own spots?
Get rid of all these parts. Alright, I got studio audio. But let me see if I have Suzy Cam.
Is there a Suze cam?
Yeah.
Is there on there? Did you pull the audio up? All right, folks, one line open, 303-713-8255. 303 Martino ripped off, taking advantage of. By the way, I haven't said this for an hour and a half. $300 million cash merchandise exchanges, refunds directly due to this show. Where else can you go? Where else can you go? A lot of times it doesn't pay to hire a lawyer. Think of the guy, we probably just saved him a ton of money. If that guy, that last caller, called and talked to the wrong attorney, and trust me, there's a lot of wrong attorneys out there, they might have given him advice. Oh, you need a trust and a will and this and that, blah, blah, blah. No, Blake Harris. Blake Harris is a great guy, came right on, gave the advice. That's it. I can't make it any simpler. Jay, you've been with us on referral list for 20 years, right?
Yeah, 25.
25.
The thing that I'm thinking about is you're talking about the $300 million number. That number is way bigger. Just
Yeah,
when people say, you know what, I'm going to call Tom Martino if you don't get this taken care of.
Yeah, I know.
I bet that number is 3 times bigger.
And you have no idea how to even rate that, though. We're just people that hear, not even people that make that threat like that, but people that hear advice. Maybe the grandfather or grandparent scam, and they hear that call, and then they don't fall for it. We never hear from them either.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's so many people. All right, 303-713-8255. Cody, then I promise a bell, you'll be next. Cody, what's going on? Good, man. What's up? What is IEP, Cody? Oh, yeah, I got you. I got it. I got it.
To that remark, my wife asked, well, how does it happen? Like, what is he doing? Well, the teacher made.
What was it? I mean, give us an idea. I mean, if it's got the F-bomb, I don't want to hear it, but what was it? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This teacher said this in front of you and the student? Oh my God, what'd your wife say? And how did that go? Let me guess, you came in, they called you names. I mean, this is crazy. You don't hear this kind of thing about. Generally, I mean, a decent teacher wouldn't do this, let alone a good teacher. I'm not even quite understanding this. So what happened in this meeting? Got it. Hey, Cody, really quick. During when the principal came out and said, "Hey, we're not meeting our own directive. We're just simply not getting there." Did he offer how to get there? Did he offer other ways, or did he just leave it at that? Okay, so you fired off all these emails. I get it. You were upset. I would have been too. So where did this lead us?
My wife having so first of all, I guess having kids at school and then also wearing the professional hat, it's very hard to differentiate. So my wife is obviously upset at all this. They have it's called like a mediation where they sit down with each other and try to come up with a solution on how to get together professionally.
Yeah. So Cody, your wife actually works at the school. Um, yeah, used to. Wow. Okay, hold on. You just skipped forward in a story I wanted you to tell. But I need to ask you a few questions, and I'm being very serious, man. We want to help you in any way possible. I think what happened was horrible. Is it possible, though, that you're both so upset over the initial reaction or the comments from that first teacher that no matter what is done at this point, you're still going to be angry at the environment? In other words, has that pendulum possibly have shifted to where you guys are kind of the bad guys now? And I say that with grace.
We were upset. It's not like we were going to school, but the kiddos have been at the school for 3 years, so we were upset at that with the teachers. Yep.
I got it. Yeah. So, yeah, which is virtually impossible. I mean, I don't know how anybody could do that, but I can understand how a teacher with a student in the building would have to at least attempt that. So you already kind of let the cat out of the bag. Your wife isn't there anymore. Did she quit? Was she terminated? Is a union involved? What happened? Okay, got it. So what did she do? What did your wife do? In fact, hold on. Don't tell me yet. I got to take this break, or else we're going to run right up on the music. I promise. I promise you'll be next. And then Bill with this kid's damaged vehicle with slingshots. I'd be one upset dude there. Everybody hold tight. We'll get to you. I promise. 303 Martino.
Maybe some guys shot a slingshot out the window.
Can't imagine kids doing that.
Probably trying to get a bird in a tree or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're not even at that window.
Yeah. the worst job in the world would be a president press secretary. I don't care what side you're on.
Jen, hey, we'll circle back, okay? Yeah, they destroy them all.
Are you kidding? I mean, they just,
Who was that one guy that ended up?
come on. You just gotta lie. That's all they do. You know, we had that caller in the first hour. He needed a new roof. He didn't have any money, but his house was paid for. And on top of that, he had a ton of equity in his house. I said, how about a reverse mortgage? I said, you should call up Mark Massey at Empower Reverse Mortgage. You should at least talk about it. If you've heard the commercials, you plan on living in your house, you're over 62 and a half, and you want to stay there for the rest of your life, maybe free up some of that equity to travel, would you at least call and ask the questions? It's simple as that. Empower Reverse Mortgage, 720-500-7719. He's going to give you the straight skinny. He's a good guy. Mark Massey, 720-500-7719. Now let's talk about affordable interest rate mortgage. What I love about these guys is their liquid loan product. I can't talk about this enough. All of the other lenders we talk about, they do not have this product. If you're looking for a 30-year first line of credit, which is under simple interest, not compounded, you can save a lot of money with this product, and you have that line of credit for 30 years that you can use anytime you want. Most second line of credits, did you know, usually within 2 years, you got to basically re-qualify for it, or they can close it up. This is a 30-year product. It's a great product, and it also works on investment properties, which is very cool. I want you to give these guys a call with any questions on the liquid loan. You can go to theliquidloan.com and actually plug in your payments now, how much you owe on the house, and it'll come back and tell you exactly how much you'd have on a line of credit, how much your payments would be, and you know what, the kicker? You can offset your mortgage balance by anything in your checking account, and it's liquid anytime too. The liquid loan, 720-895-0500, 720-895-0500. Okay, so none of these cameras bring up Suzanne.
No.
Okay, let me see here. And these, I don't know what.
It's labeled Suzanne.
Where?
No, it's not up.
Yeah, I understand. Here's what we could do. Of course, it's not here. We could plug right into there, but we don't have that cable.
Oh, it might be in the office. Maybe we took it.
If you have a normal headphone cable you can find in there, we can light it right up. You know what I'm saying? Male on both ends.
Oh, male on both ends?
Yep.
Cat 5, right?
Actually, and a splitter.
Oh, I don't.
What is it?
Well, let me look.
No, it's just a headphone. Let me see something. He's right, though. I don't see Suzanne's camera. I don't know what camera.
Hey, we'll be right with you for the office flower shop. Spring orders and Mother's Day are a tricky arrangement. She needs to put the pedal to the metal. I'm more Florida.
Oh, what can go on daisies? How about that in the
Indeed can help her hire great people fast. Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality
Boy,
candidates
yeah, I'll tell you, this is
and match your job description.
If I just had 10 minutes to do this, I got no problem. 10 minutes with no pressure. That's when you gotta get it done, that's when it's like.
Our business is growing, we've got people all over. What is that? Meditation? I'm recommending Uma for their all-in-one phone, video, and collaboration solution. Uma? Yep, switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Uma. Now you're feeling it. Visit Uma.com.
Didn't see anything.
Smart communications.
Only catch cables.
He completely set you up to fail. I don't think intentionally, but it's just so fucking cumbersome. It has 4 inputs.
Like if you look at my profile, there's a check mark by Susicam.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHAL.
I don't know what camera ours is because he changed it.
Oh.
All right, 713-8255. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. This is a show for you over $300. Over $300. Did you just hear what I said?
$300.
Over $300 in cash merchandise exchanges.
I think it's $300 billion.
$300 million cash merchandise exchanges refunds. Cody's got a big issue going on here. His wife is a teacher at a charter school, or was. I want to get back to where we left off here. So, Cody, your wife, did she sign the resignation letter that the principal actually wrote for her? What is the name of this school? I mean, do you mind even giving it? Are your kids still there? Is there a reason you wouldn't give it? Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to either. I find this a particularly bad deal, for lack of any other words. What do you think we can help with? I mean, I know how to light them up. I can have everybody call the school. Yeah. Yeah. What is your intentions? Does she want to keep the job? Does she want to remain employed? Yeah, but I mean, she would have to work for that. Suzanne, can we get John Davis up or give him a call? He's an employment attorney. That might be perfect for this. Hold on, man. Let's see if we can't get John Davis up. Maybe he can help out. We'll have to do that right after the break, though, Cody. So hang tight. All right, 303-713-8255. We do have some lines open now. Any issues you have whatsoever, a bad contractor, bad attorney, how about a bad roofer? I've got a great roofer sitting next to me today. Jay Bretz did my roof.
Yes, we did, with the bulletproof hail resistant.
How come I didn't see you out there swinging a hammer? Did you used to swing a hammer?
You know you saw me out there. No, I'm no good on top of the roof. You don't want me. My guys are so...
Did you ever actually do the roofing?
Not a lot. I had done a lot of different construction when I was younger. But no, not a tremendous amount of roofing. I got recruited by the storm chasers to sell roofs.
Wow.
That was the beginning.
So you're on the sales side, always have been.
Always have been.
All right. Folks, we got a lot coming up. 303-Martino, 303-713-8255. Hold tight. We're going to try to get John Davis on, attorney at law, to help Cody out, see if his wife can get paid. We'll figure it out. Okay.
I don't admit that one very often, Scott.
Yeah, you know, usually people.
So this is not it. So
No.
it's not this one. Let's see if it's 20.
I asked Suzanne if maybe a number.
way going on that. Okay, 51 and 40. Okay, 41 and 10.
HD2 Denver. KHOW Denver and iHeartRadio station. It's Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter, mornings at 10, streaming live on our free iHeartRadio app and at khow.com.
ABC News, I'm Alex Bechet. Some airlines have lifted the masking requirement.
Some airlines, Mark, not all of them, not Southwest. Yet again. You lifted it. I said, apparently you guys haven't heard.
This as COVID cases are on the rise. The majority of states are reporting an uptick in new infections. In Detroit, an independent autopsy report released today in the fatal police shooting death of Patrick Leola confirmed the unarmed black man was shot once in the back of the head by a Grand Rapids police officer during a traffic stop. Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump represents the family.
This Grand Rapids police officer escalated a simple misdemeanor traffic stop into a deadly execution.
The unnamed officer has not been charged. President Biden travels to New Hampshire. His latest stop to promote the program under his infrastructure law. This is ABC News.
History locked out.
Craig Robinson.
No, do you know how to go the back way?
Go the back. Oh, the back way.
Yeah.
Sons were expelled.
Stay out of the red room. No red room.
Socioeconomic rise at the school. Speaking to ABC's Good Morning America, Robinson says the lawsuit is not just about his kids.
Not just our two children who they retaliated against, but more importantly,
That's the $1 million question.
who are out there that we wouldn't feel right if this happened moving forward.
The school accused the Robinsons of, quote, repeatedly engaging in disrespectful communications with our secret administrators. The Postal Service announced cost-cutting measures.
Well, she plugged it back in.
On May 1st, aimed at slowing down delivery for about a third of all first-class packages. Some packages will take up to 2 days longer to arrive as they rely on less air transportation. The Postmaster General says the changes will save money and improve reliability. Alex Bechet, ABC News.
If you work remote, Staples has you covered.
A mid-mod desk chair to rejuvenate my ho-hum workspace.
Staples has you covered. A gaming chair for a serious competitor.
A super stylish desk that will fit me.
Went green yet?
Staples has you covered with remote
I think, didn't it go green?
Security by Jasmine Rock and Staples work from home style.
Oh, maybe I'm getting a reflection.
Up to $100 on select chairs. Explore solutions for your remote workspace. Staples, the working and learning store. And 4:30 in the city in store open.
At Napa, we help you knock out your bucket list. Because when you buy a Napa kit for $4.99 and costs 3 or more items inside, you'll save 20% on your bucket full. So whether your bucket list includes restoring a classic, visiting every state, the things to get you there, Napa's got your back and your bucket. Turn your shopping list into a bucket list at Napa. Participating local on sale items, other exclusive
There it is. It is 51.
KHOW News Time, 12:03.
A judge has granted prosecutors' request to dismiss murder charges against Barry Moorfield, the Chaffey County man accused of killing his wife Suzanne in 2020. His trial will begin next week. The charges were dismissed without prejudice, meaning the case could be refiled at a later date. In the motion, prosecutors say they were hopeful that
the victim's body would be concluded before the trial, but weather has complicated the efforts. Prosecutors say they have spoken with members of the victim's family who are in agreement with the motion. Winds are back today, at least for parts of the Front Range.
With warm and windy conditions for your Tuesday, we are talking about high fire danger. Red flag warnings are in effect for this afternoon and this evening for our northern Front Range, our foothills, and then when we're looking at the Palmer Divide on south and east. So we are going to be looking at that high fire danger pretty much all day long.
Fox 31 meteorologist Kylie Burse says today's high in Denver will be near 80 degrees. It will be in the lower 70s tomorrow before warming back up to 80 again Thursday and Friday before a cool down on Saturday. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Traffic on our major metro highways looking really good for you at this point. No slow traffic to deal with on I-25, I-225, or C-470. Now, off the highway, we do have a report of apartment fire at 45th and Tennyson. Road closures are possible in the area, so maybe just a spot you want to avoid altogether. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, we're going to reach a near record high today. Temperature of 80 and the record high being 83 set back in 1961. Tonight's low dropping to 41, and then for tomorrow, sunny skies and 72. Currently at 76. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
There's no better place to buy floor coverings than SimplyFloorsInc.com. With a big variety of carpet for every budget and one of the largest selections of LVT in Denver. Laminate and engineered hardwood too, all at the very best prices. Installers are among the best, and their expert flooring consultants know color and design for coordinating your entire project. And they come to you. Make your own appointment at SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's SimplyFloorsInc.com.
What's up, Nuggets fans? It's Jamal Murray here to tell you about Orchard. If you're looking to buy a home but want to skip all the stress, it's time for a mid-game adjustment. Orchard lets you move into your new home before you even sell your old one. Orchard turns you into a cash buyer so you can win in a competitive market. And it doesn't cost you any more money than traditional real estate. Orchard is the same game, but new rules. So get out there and win the home you want.
Orchard, the new way to home, is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets. Get started at Orchard.com.
It's the Dan Kapla Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Federal judge strikes down mask mandates on planes, trains, and light rail. TSA and airlines follow suit. And Dan Kaplis is back Tuesday to break it all down. Tune in at 4 right here on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
A grand in your hand. Denver's Talk Station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Win. That's win. Enter it now at KHOW.com.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
All right, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little bit better. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of, just need advice, need some help, you found the show. You found it. Referrallist.com, by the way, is a list of the great guys, different attorneys. We even have some dentists on there. We have contractors of every sort, including roofers, which, by the way, in studio with me, a good friend of mine, Jay Bretz with Excel Roofing. He's been on the referral list 25 years.
It was day one, Mark.
I believe it.
Tom was getting the show together. I had known Tom for a couple of years. We'd gone back. That was way back when the studio was downtown on Arapahoe.
Way back. 13th and Lawrence.
13th and Lawrence, yep. And
yep.
So you know what the story is?
What?
He was tired of people using his name and saying, you know what, I work with Tom Martino.
Oh, that's right, because there was no place.
There was no place.
Yeah.
He got tired of all that. So he said, I'm going to make a list of people that I actually like. And that was the evolution of the whole
show. So I had a cyber cafe back then on Havana, right where Parker Road turns into Havana, and the original referral list, where your listing resided, was in our cyber cafe. We had a couple T1s going in there, and that was the original referral list was on a server in that cyber cafe way back then.
Way back when.
Peter Boyles would come in. He's retired now, but he would come in and chat with people. I mean, all kinds of cool stuff back then because no one had internet at their house.
You didn't have internet, and if you did have the internet, you had to jam up your phone line. Mad at you.
Yeah, I know.
You know, the thing about that is, though, the longevity. There's been a lot of contractors that have come and go on the list, but Excel Roofing has been there.
Listen to you. Listen to you.
We're solid. If anybody out there has roof questions, call me.
Yep. Any questions you have for Jay, they do free estimates to everything. He did my roof. He did that F-Wave. It brought my insurance down, and I'm not kidding, by about $1,500 just because I had the Class 4 hailproof. But on top of that, I raised my deductible and saved another $1,500. So I literally saved $3,000 a month after you put that roof on, and I'll never have to pay a deductible again because hail's not going to do anything to that roof. There's no way.
Class A fire rated, and
you could shoot baseballs at it.
Let's be honest, it's way more expensive than an asphalt roof. It's 2.5, 3 times.
Yeah, but it saves me $3,000 a year,
and you will not have to put another roof on, and you will not have to pay a deductible.
And it looks beautiful.
That's the deal.
It looks like it looks beautiful. They even make a product that looks a little bit like shake too. But I digress. I'm going to go right to the phones here. This is how it works. You got any issues, you call in 303-713-8255. Cody called in. His wife works or did work for a school district, a charter school. They had some issues with their kids. One of the teachers made a horrible comment about their kid who is I already wrote this down here, in a APS. Is that right?
IEP, probably,
IEP,
Mark.
IEP, an independent
individual education program.
Thank God for her. I mean, I'd still be here talking about acronyms, I mean, for the rest of my life here. But an IEP plan. And basically, the teacher made a horrible comment. The principal admitted that they were kind of falling behind in the help this kid needs. Fast forward a little bit, mom and dad very upset over all this. So what happens, and this part is kind of crazy, mom also works there. So mom goes in to see the principal. Principal hands her a resignation letter and basically says, hey, you resigned as far as we're concerned at this point. So, Cody, we reached out to one of our referral list members, John Davis. We're going to get him up at 1:30, so we're going to call you back, all right, man, so I can get this line freed up. And we'll ask John, I mean, what he thinks about this. Is there any way she should still be able to get paid under her contract, even though she didn't quit? But the one thing I do want to really ask you, is she willing to go back and work at this point?
If that was the thing that needed to happen,
okay,
possible.
So it's a possibility. Well, let's keep it at that. Let's do this. Let's get John Davis on. Suzanne will grab your info, and I promise we'll call you back as soon as we get him up. All right, man? So we'll get back to that. That's a good one for an attorney. Now, Patrick has a New Mexico dealership issue. Hey, Patrick, what dealership is it in New Mexico?
It's called Auto Savvy.
Is it a used car place or new car or both? What do they do?
I believe it's a used car dealership.
And what happened? New Mexico is one of the few states. You actually do have 3 days to return that car under most circumstances, but what's going on with you?
Well, they kind of lied to her. They told her that the insurance company couldn't get the parts, so it was a salvage title. I mean, and we had it probably a week.
Well, that's one of the ways you can't return it. You just said is if they sold it as a drag away or it is. So she bought it with a branded title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That sucks. I mean, it's pretty much done and over. You said they tricked her. How do you mean they tricked her?
Well, I ain't going to say they tricked her, but they said the insurance company couldn't get the parts. That's the only reason why it was a salvage title, because it was hit from the back.
How did they fix it, though? I mean, how did they fix it when they bought? She bought the car from them, right?
She bought the car from them, yes.
And when she did buy it, was it repaired?
I believe just a bumper.
So you were saying there was kind of hidden damage.
Exactly.
And how much damage is on the vehicle right now? If you brought it to a body shop, how much?
Well, so, I mean, there's no visible damage, but there's damage to, like, the shocks and the undercarriage.
Well, how much work does it need right now? That's what I'm trying to figure out from you.
I would say at least $10,000.
Oh, my God. How much did she pay for it, and what kind of car is it?
So it's a 2018 Armada, and she gave $34,000.
I don't know offhand, but does that price reflect what one that did not have a branded title is selling for, or is that low on the spectrum?
I mean, I'm not really sure.
You know what I'll do? I'm going to look that up over break and see what that's valued at. And hold tight, hold tight. I want to see what that's valued at, and I think Jay knows where I'm going. Jay, let's say they're selling everywhere this 2018 Armada for $45,000. She buys one that has a salvage title for whatever reason. And let's say it needs $10,000 worth of damage done to it, or repairs done to it. I mean, really, she got exactly what she paid for then. You know what I'm saying? Except for the fact that it's a branded title, which really sucks.
The numbers are adding up as you say it. Did she know that she was getting a branded title in the beginning?
Well,
that's the part I missed.
Yeah, Patrick, you kind of, I said, did they trick her? You said, well, I don't want to say they tricked her. She legitimately did know she was getting a branded title. She probably just didn't understand what that meant. Is that fair to say?
I mean, I would say that's fair to say, yes.
You feel like they tricked her. Is she your girlfriend, your wife? What's your relation?
Yeah, that's my girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah, that sucks, man. That sucks. All right, hold tight. I do want to look that up. Man, she already did. How long ago did she buy it?
It was probably 5-6 days ago.
5-6 days ago. Hey, Suzanne, did you just put that up there? Did someone call in and say that?
Yeah, he's just one of our listeners. He reminded me again because we've had this before.
Oh, my God. Patrick, hold tight, man. I've got good news and I got bad news for you. Just hold tight. I understand what's going on now. Hold on.
If you've ever ordered food for work, you understand. It's different.
Retirement Planning Centers of the Rockies. A lot of times when I do a commercial, I don't want to say the name right up front, but it's very important in this one because their name literally says everything. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. Most people haven't thought of what they're going to do as soon as they retire. What kind of income do they have? What kind of investments? How about how much are they going to have to pay in taxes on those investments? Did they have the Roth? Did they have a normal 401k? Did they have para? How about health care? How's that going to be paid for going forward? Are they going to be on Medicare? What happens if they kick in and need to go to an old folks home and they're on Medicaid? Can they protect their assets? These guys at Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies will listen to everything you want to tell them about your life and what you have coming in, and they're going to create a comprehensive approach to making your retirement the best it possibly can be. I want you to give them a call. You sit down with them. There is no cost in this. They're going to go through everything with you, and they're going to give you different options, and then you can move forward or not. It's simple as that. But I'll tell you this, if you haven't started planning for retirement, it's never too late. At some point, you have to. Doesn't matter how much income you're going to have. You might want to think about a reverse mortgage. You might want to think about numerous different things and what to do with them now. Do you roll over a 401k now? Do you roll over an IRA? How about a backdoor Roth? You ever heard that name before? 970-663-3211. Give these guys a call. They're straight shooters, honest guys. 970-663-3211, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. Now, let's talk about Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado. These guys are unbelievable. If you listen to the show, you know personally I had a claim on my house that my insurance company said I had zero hail damage, zip zero. I'm staring across the street, and sure enough, my neighbors are getting new roofs. I called a public adjuster like Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado. I ended up getting $70,000. That's how important a public adjuster is. If you're dealing with these wildfires, if you're dealing with flood damage, if you're dealing with hail damage, maybe you just think you got kind of taken on a claim from a year ago. Even a claim that's been closed for less than 2 years can be reopened and you can get more money. These guys at Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado will take a free look for you and let you know where you stand. If your insurance company, whether residential or commercial, has already made you an offer on a cleanup, they'll look at it for free and tell you if it is a fair offer. And if it's not, they'll tell you how much more money they can get you. 720-715-0000. 720-715-0000. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado.com.
There's a reason that I so trust the team at Aspenwood Dental and the Colorado Dental Implant Center implicitly.
Your girlfriend goes to buy a car. Turns out she buys a car with a branded title from Auto Savvy. Here's the deal, though, Patrick. We've had calls on these guys before, and I need to say something. All they sell, what they specialize in, is branded titles. And there is good news here. I looked up the value of that vehicle. I made some guesses on the mileage and the trim package, but it's a $40,000 to $42,000 vehicle. So if she paid $36 for it and it needs $5 or $6 grand worth of work, that's not too bad. But I don't think it. What makes you think it needs work? In other words, did you bring it somewhere else and they said the shocks are blown on it? Or why do you think it needs work? And the reason I ask this is they actually are one of the few companies that go through the vehicle. They have state patrol come out, which you have to do to get a branded title, but they do the repairs and do them properly, then basically get that branded title done and then sell them. So usually they're in pretty good shape. What makes you think they need work?
So she got the car, she brought it back. It needed tires. Her son works at the tire shop. So when it was on the lift, he's like, Mom, there's damage underneath where the shocks are and in the back because he put new tires on there.
And how long was this?
text. And I think it's more dangerous now.
You know,
I think.
You know, as you get older, okay, and you settle down a little, whenever that is, I'm not saying it's soon, you could go to David Ellis Jewelers and he'll buy all that precious metal inside of you.
Hopefully he'd give me a fair price.
He will give you, I guarantee he'll give you a fair price. He'll actually, you know, if you're ever looking for extra cash, you know, maybe the weekend, your wife's birthday is coming up, you're a little short on the scratch, you can shoot over to David Ellis Jewelers, and whether it's titanium like in your leg or gold or silver like in your teeth, he'll buy them.
That's a very great option. But here's what the deal is I've been putting off my surgery just like to leave, and the doctor called me yesterday and said, we have an opening, Jay.
Get in.
Do your shoulder next Monday.
I had, an employee I had that worked for me at one of my last Goodyears I sold, his name was Virgil. He put off knee surgery. Virgil's almost 80. He put off knee surgery for 10 years. For 10 years, I heard him complain about his knee. You only get one done at a time. He got the one done. And 6 weeks, I don't know, 2 months later, whatever it was, best thing that ever happened, ran in, got the other one done. And I've always said, why did you wait 10 years? And you just said, I just didn't want that time down afterwards. But if he could go back in time, he would have done it instantly. And then my Uncle Mario, same exact thing. He put his off for probably 20 years. He was barely getting around. Then, you know, he turned 90 and he was like a new man after a knee.
Well, I agree with those guys. And I did not want to put it off, but I did get invited to this golf tournament last week. And so I said, well, I'm going to put it off until I do the golf tournament.
You really did put it off?
I did.
You better be playing the Sanctuary or something. Where are you playing? It better not be a public course.
I went to watch a golf tournament last week, and I played some golf, too.
Where'd you play? Or where'd you watch? Did you watch the Masters?
I went to the Masters.
Did you see Tiger?
I did see Tiger.
Did you shake Tiger's hand?
Tiger doesn't shake patrons' hands.
He doesn't? I didn't know that.
He actually goes into this world of his own, and he tries to zone everybody else.
That makes sense. What else do you do? I do that at Topgolf. Hang on. 255. Imagine this. Moo says the timeshare is not what they promised. Now, I find that hard to believe. I find that. Timeshare people that lie to you? No way. Moo, what happened, man? What kind of timeshare was it? Where?
It's up in, hi, Tom. It's up in Breckenridge. It's called the Grand Lodge.
I've been to the Grand Lodge. Not for a timeshare, but we stayed in there.
Several times.
Oh, my God, several times. I know that place very well. So how much did they hook you for?
So it was 18 grand, to 18 grand for 50,000 points. Every other year, that's when you get renewal your point.
So the 18 grand is for what? Is the 18 grand the actual, well, lack of a better words, the deed? That was the purchase price?
That was for the purchase
and
price.
And then how much do you pay yearly on top of that?
It's roughly close to $1,000.
So $1,000 a year, $18,000 down, and then you get 15,000 points every other year.
No. 50,000 points every other year.
And then how many points does the Breckenridge place take?
So in the peak season, you roughly get maybe a week and a half for peak season.
Yeah.
And then that is worth. That is about 50. That would be about 50,000 points for a week and a half.
Moo, I try to help other people that are listening, and I try to get into the heads of the callers so I can kind of appreciate where they're coming from. So at $18,000, how many weeks could you stay there? I mean, in all honesty, how many? Peak season. What's it cost at the Grand Lodge peak season? I would say what? Maybe $3,000 for a week plus?
Yeah, I never know. I never try. I never.
Yeah. Well, what tempted you? Wait a minute, though. I want to understand this. What tempted you? Was it like a free buffet? I mean, did they give you a free gift?
Oh, no. The tempted, this wasn't attempted. I booked a ski school for my kids up there.
Got it.
And then, you get, hey, you get a hotel here for cheap,
Yeah.
Pay $50, each night. So we went up there thinking just, spend an hour with you and then get it over with. The idea, what they sold me was the amenity. You have 365 days amenity terms, and then you can use it any time. When you go ski, you can go up there. You can park your car, 2 cars. You can park your cars, and then you can go up to the locker room, use the amenity, and then you walk out and you go ski.
What did they?
That is what they sold me.
What did they promise you? Did they promise you that, and you are not allowed to use the amenities?
So here, listen to this. So you call us right before you come up, so we make sure you have the parking lot for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I call them a week ahead. We're going to be up for this weekend.
Yeah.
And I did.
And what happened?
They told me, no, we don't have any parking right now for the weekend. It's so busy.
Oh, man.
And I was so upset. And I get, how can it be? Like, I mean, I want to schedule out a week just to letting you guys know that we're going to be up there.
Hey, Moo, if you scheduled, you might not know the answer to this, but if you scheduled a month in advance, would they guarantee you that spot?
Shit. Tom, I
got it. Shannon. Hey, Moo, you can't drop bombs like that. Say it again, man. I don't want to have to nuke you. It's all right. Go ahead.
I am so sorry.
It's all right. Go ahead.
Right after I talked to when I call in the office and then to schedule a day to get them to.
Yeah. What do they say?
Can we get a parking? They say we don't have any parking. We don't have the parking for this week.
I guess, but what I'm asking, though, Moo, is if you schedule it enough in advance, do they give you the parking? Or they simply are just going to always say they're busy? Or you don't know?
I don't know.
Okay.
But the way how I feel is, Tom, I mean, honestly, probably not. Unless it's not peak season. Unless it's off peak season.
This really sucks, man. I mean, you basically got into a timeshare. You want to hear the bad news? You said that those points right now during peak season could get you, the 50,000 points could get you about a week and a half, right?
Yes, sir.
What are you going to do when they raise that to 100,000 points next year? There's no real monetary value to these points. They can set them and change them anytime. So right now you get a week and a half for your $18,000 plus $1,000 a month, and God help you if they ever need a new roof, because then they'll hit every owner up there, or what they like calling owners, with a special assessment that could be a ton of money for everybody. So I guess my point is, the parking thing is one thing, but this whole thing sucks. Here's what we are going to do. Suzanne's going to reach out to Michael Finn. He owns a Finn Law Group. This guy's going to come on and talk about it. By the way, who is the timeshare seller? Who is it? I know it's that place, the Grand Lodge in Breckenridge.
Yep, his name is Troy.
No, not the salesman. Like, is it, for example, Hilton?
No, it was the Breckenridge Grand Vacation.
That's what it's actually marketed under. All right, hold on. Suzanne, I know you're trying to reach out to Finn. I'd love to talk to him on it. Jay, one time, have you ever done, in your entire life, have you ever, you and your wife been married around 30, right?
29 years. But let me tell you this first. So
Go ahead.
I looked up what this place goes for.
Yeah.
And I picked peak season. I mean Christmas week.
How much?
$500 a night.
Yeah.
For a standard room. If you want another room, a one-bedroom residence, and it doesn't even look that good to me because it says one king bed, one sofa bed, $762 a night.
Yeah.
So
that's also Christmas weekend, though.
It's Christmas. I mean, that is the peak week of the whole thing.
But he's got $18,000 into this, and then he still pays $1,000.
Yeah.
They can change the point structure. I have never seen a timeshare that is basically not herpes. No. You basically can't get rid of it. It keeps coming back, and they keep going back to the same fishes every time.
They do.
Now, have you ever went to a timeshare promotion, I'll put it nicely, or have you ever purchased a timeshare?
I have never been to a promotion, and I have been hit up no less than 30 times because I have done some traveling in my day.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, these people are always trying to reel you in, always. And it's like, no. You just, it's like the money up front. Nope, not going to do it. Nope, not going to do it. Not going to do this timeshare presentation.
No.
When I'm on vacation, my time's too valuable. I don't want to do it. But I tell you what, one of the things when I looked up the Grand Lodge, they're willing to give you a big discount on your rooms if you sit through the 90-minute promotional tour.
Yeah, well, Suzanne and I sat through one of those it wasn't Cabo San Lucas. It was, I don't know.
Cancun?
No, it wasn't Cancun. Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta? Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what happened after this. It's a public adjuster I used. I told this story a million times. My insurance company came out, said I didn't have any hail damage. My neighbors are getting new roofs. I called up Matt. I said, I've heard myself talk about them. Might as well give him a call. He got involved. $70,000 check I got from my insurance company. Same people, by the way, that said I had no damage. That's why you need a public adjuster. If you're in the middle of a claim, if a claim has been closed in the last 2 years and they think you think they gave you the okey doke and didn't pay you enough, I want you to call up Matt at Paragon Services. He'll look at everything you got going and give you free advice, and he only charges a very small fee, a percentage of what he collects. So if he gets you another 20 grand, he's only going to charge you like $1,500, $2,000, and he gets you 18 grand. That's how it works with Matt. 719-726-0020, Paragon Services on our referral list at referralist.com. Now let's talk about someone we've already talked to today. You know who that is? That's Blake Harris. I love Blake Harris. When I wanted to get a price on a trust, and really when I wanted to get information on what I should do as far as estate planning, I called up Blake. He asked all the questions out there. He asked, how many kids do you have? Have you been divorced? You name the question, he's going to ask you. It's basically like an intake. Then he's going to discuss different things you can do. Maybe for you it's a trust. Maybe it's a simple will. Maybe you're calling for a medical directive. Maybe a living will or a living trust. He can do it all, and what I loved, he gave me a straightforward price for the entire package. He doesn't charge by the hour. He's a great guy, a great attorney that has flat rate pricing. Mile High Estate Planning, 833-ASK Blake. He'll talk to you for free over the phone. Any questions, 833-ASK Blake. Now, AIM. Who's AIM? Well, it's Affordable Interest Mortgage. He sells a product that no one else out there sells when it comes to lending. It's called the liquid loan. This is a 30-year first line of credit on your house. Let's say your house is worth $1 million, you owe $300,000 on it. You're going to have a line of credit for $600,000 that doesn't go away for 30 years. But on top of that, you're going to pay simple interest. It's not compounded daily. You don't get all that front-loaded interest. You pay simple interest on a mortgage. I know it's unheard of. People don't even like when I talk about it. At least the other banks don't. Affordable interest mortgage and the liquid loan. Call up Kurt Rogers, ask him all the questions. And the other cool part about this product, you realize, let's say under that same scenario, you owe $300,000 on that mortgage, and you have a $600,000 line of credit on that house, and you have a checking account or a savings account with $200,000 in. That actually offsets that mortgage of $300,000. By the $200,000, you're only paying simple interest on that $100,000. It's an incredible product. I don't know why everybody doesn't sell it, but call up Kurt Rogers, 720-895-0500, 720-895-0500.
Welcome to Mi Casa Cafe.
All right, we've got the Finn Law Group coming on after the break, and they're timeshare experts. I love these guys. Unlike a lot of these exit teams, if you will, these timeshare, get-you-out-of timeshare companies, these guys are actually attorneys. I mean, they know the real deal. They know the different companies. They know the ones they can get you out of easily. They know the ones that are entirely hard to get you out of, and they even know the ones that won't budge. So we've got that coming up right after the break. And I'll tell you the timeshare thing I was going to tell Jay. Suzanne and I went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and this guy told me he'd give us $300 for 60 minutes. I said, no way, Jose. I said, I want 500. You know what he said?
Está bien?
No, he said $500. We sat down. Do you remember that, babe? We sat down for 60 minutes or 90 minutes. At the end of 90 minutes, I got up, told him not interested, got my $500, and we left.
Wow. I want to know what it costs to get out of one of these things. That's what I want.
We're going to find out real quick. Everybody hold tight. 303-713-8255. Lots going on. Another hour to go. I'm Mark Major. This is the Troubleshooter Network.
Bad news, you need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help come and make it.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. This is the show for you. Maybe a bad contractor, a guy that took the money and ran. Maybe you have a deal going on with a neighbor that's driving you nuts. How about a bad landlord? Man, there's a lot of scumlords out there. Scumlords. There really are. You know, I guess I've been pretty fortunate. I don't remember ever having a horrific landlord. Now, I do recall having bad neighbors, but that's a different story. Jay Brett's with me in studio, Excel Roofing. We do have a lot going on today. In fact, I got one of our experts up, Andy Meyer. He's with the Finn Law Group. They specialize in one thing, getting your ass out of a timeshare. That's it. And they're not just they're not one of these exit companies or whatever they want to call them. In fact, there is one commercial out there. I'll probably get in trouble because I think they run on this station, but I don't even care. There's one commercial where the guy comes on and goes, I sold timeshares for 20 years, and finally, one day I realized I was ripping people off. So now I'm helping people get out of timeshares. So he got them coming and going. This guy got them. He got all the money up front, and now he switched sides, and he's luring his same people he screwed over, same people he's charging to get out of them.
What the thought comes to mind, I bet he's using the same customer list.
It is the same list. I guarantee it. And anybody else that listens to the commercial, maybe it's just me. Hey, Andy, do you know who I'm talking about?
Hard not to. Yeah.
You know,
all the time.
When I hear this, the first thing I think is, my God, this guy swindled me into the worst investment that I ever made. And now he wants more of my money. But no, I guess, somebody's born every day. Andy, let me tell you what's going on with this. So we got a caller. His name is Moo. He was up in Breckenridge, Colorado. There's a nice lodge up there called the Grand Lodge. In fact, let me lock you in. Hey, Moo, what did you say the timeshare sales team was called? The something something at the Grand Lodge?
No, they call the Grand Lodge.
Just the Grand Lodge.
That's what it called.
So, Andy, I don't know who's actually running that, but they call it the Grand Lodge. He got hoodwinked into giving them $18,000 to buy it, and then it's $1,000 a year in exchange for 50,000 points, and we've already discussed how bad the point thing can be.
Every other year. That's only every other year.
Every other year.
Every year you get a 50.
But Moo's got more of an interesting question why he's really upset. This Grand Lodge, I believe, is right at the bottom of one of the ski lifts is right there. I think it's number 7.
It is. It's at the bottom of Peak 7.
Yeah, so at the bottom of Peak 7 is where this is. Included during, the promotion or during the sale, Andy, they told him that he could call up and he could park there, not when he's staying there, but even when they're just skiing. And on top of that, they could use the facilities such as, the restrooms. I don't know if they have like a workout area, swimming pools, but they could use all the facilities. And it turns out the very first time he was going to go up and go skiing and just park there, they said you can't park there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. This kind of thing I hear from clients from time to time. This happens. The sales folks make various oral representations, and then it's not borne out by the documents. And of course, you don't notice that till it's too late.
No, you're toasting the guy next to you.
That's right. So you're already in.
And then
you try to use that.
How come they don't mention?
You find out.
I'm so sorry. How come they don't mention to you that you have 5 days to get out of contract?
Well, it's 3 in most.
Never been.
It's 3 in most cases in Colorado, but maybe timeshare is different, but I don't think so. But the reason, in fact, I think technically they have to tell you that, at least in writing in most states. Is that correct?
That's right. So what will happen is you would have received a stack of documents that you would have signed in short order when you bought the timeshare, and in that stack of documents there will be a written disclosure of your
They covered their ass, in other words, Moo.
That's what they do. They absolutely do it. Now, I don't have any idea about this particular place, but in the bad old days, sometimes the timeshare companies would stick that disclosure document in a little hidden folder, or try to keep you from seeing it. Don't know that happened here, but you're right. It has to be in writing. There has to be disclosure given to you.
Andy, has there been any changes in the law? I mean, Moo is probably pretty much screwed without entering into an agreement for you guys to try to get him out of it. But let's just focus on this. All happened last week. State of Colorado. I mean, pretty much, if they don't want to play ball, I don't think there's been any changes in Colorado. I mean, it's a done deal.
So here's the thing. I can't speak to Colorado law. I'm a Florida lawyer. But we help people who, have timeshares from all around the country. I'll be happy to take a look to give you a specific answer. But in general, right, unfortunately, you finding out that you were snookered isn't really going to give you a better leg to stand on as far as the documents go. That's what is going to control. You got to look at those things. I will say a place like in Breckenridge, there might be a secondary market for that. Hard to say for sure exactly what you have, but it sounds like a nice place. Timeshares are not equal. Some timeshares you can resell. If you've got Breckenridge in the high season with ski lift usage, for example, and you don't have restrictions on the ability to resell, maybe the thing to do is to try to get a broker to help you. Just be really careful. There's a ton of resale scams out there.
I know.
To steal your money. So
not only steal your money, but you're still on the damn hook. I mean, you're still liable for everything.
This is the thing, and unfortunately, it's a story I hear from a lot of clients. They're out money a second time round. They hired a company, or they thought they were going to market the thing and put out good money after bad, and they still owe the timeshare developer. So you got to be really careful. But something in Breckenridge might be something you can unload. I don't know how long ago you bought it.
Andy, how do people generally work with you? In other words, if Moo wanted to get out of this, or at least get an idea of your fee structure, how does it typically work in the real world? I mean, we know it's not free. We know you guys got to work to get people out. So, I mean, give me a range. Is it as low as $2,000, as high as $10,000? I'm sure it all depends on the property if you worked with the people before, but just a general range. What can people expect?
Absolutely. So we always do a free initial consultation. So I'm always be happy to talk to him if he wants to give us a call, and we can go through his specifics. So we'll always do a first call with somebody to get an idea of what's going on. And then you're right, it depends on specifically what they have and what's involved. But it usually is in the range of between about $4,500 upwards to maybe 10 or so, depending on, how many timeshares do you actually own?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the first battle. People think they only own one.
Yeah.
But they've upgraded and they own 3 or 4. So we have to get our hands on the documents and figure out what's happening and what they own, and then
the
course
first
of action on how to try to get them out.
So, Moo, what I think you should honestly do is give Andy a call off the air. It's free. Just call up, talk to him. He can give you an idea. He's going to want to see some documents, but that's the best way that we're going to handle your particular case. I do want to ask you something, though, Andy, and I really mean this, man. So it seemed like, I don't know, 10 years ago, there was no timeshare exit companies, and I'm using that as a very generic, I'm using that as just generically, not a particular company. They just didn't exist. What happened? Why all of a sudden this entire industry popped up that wasn't even there before? Did someone actually take someone to court and set some kind of precedent? What changed 10, 15 years ago? Something changed. What was it?
So this is a perennial cycle in the timeshare industry. They have a problem with folks that want to get out. This is nothing new, and it's taken different forms over the years. This timeshare exit company deal is the most recent. In times past, you would have had resale companies, and people would have tried to sell these things on eBay or whatnot. But that only lasts so long because it doesn't work. And so those folks that would have put those scams up, now they change to the exit company idea. It's usually, as you said before, former sales folks, timeshare sales folks that set these exit companies up. So, you got to be really careful. You're going to want, in my opinion, to get an attorney to help you, whoever that may be.
We had one. This was crazy. They had a money back guarantee. Listen to this, Jay. A money back guarantee. They either get you out or you get all your money back. We had somebody that was 12 deep with them. $12,000. They didn't get him any offers for 2 years. Finally, we got the call. We got involved. They came back with an offer that was something like this. Okay, we got you out, but it's going to be $80,000. And since we actually brought you an offer to get you out, we did our job, so therefore you don't get a refund. That is how bad this industry is.
And let me give you one worse. There's a company right now in the Denver bankruptcy court that gave everyone money-back guarantees and has
Who is it?
$4 million. It's a timeshare termination team.
Yeah, we've heard. I haven't heard their spots for a while. I guess that's why.
And there's a whole bunch of folks that paid the money, and the guarantee is now essentially worthless. You have a claim in the bankruptcy. And
now wait a minute. You're making me put my attorney hat on, and I'm not an attorney, but I know enough that an attorney has to hold money in trust. So therefore, these people must not have been attorneys.
100% correct.
Can you believe that? They just schmooze people out.
This is the problem. They make a money-back guarantee, but don't have to reserve for it.
No, and then they can go bankrupt on it. An attorney can't do that. An attorney will, he'll lose his license. He's got to go bankrupt anyhow, but the guy could go to jail.
Yes. Yes,
God,
exactly.
That's why you call these guys. Honest to God, you call Finn Law Group. These guys are the actual attorneys. You do work all over the world, not just the countries. You can help virtually anybody get out of anything, right?
We will take people from have timeshares anywhere in the world and get them in the right place if we can't do it ourselves. Absolutely.
I love it.
Andy. It's a strange niche, but we do it.
How's Michael doing, by the way?
He's doing fantastic. He is taking a little bit of a break. He's got a place up in Tennessee he likes to enjoy.
Oh, wow.
And he's also got family up in Michigan he's visiting. So
very cool, man.
But he's still helping me slay the dragons. So it's good stuff.
All right. Andy, I appreciate it. Anybody out there, anything, you just learned it. You want the real phone number. It's 855-346-6529. It's the Finn Law Group. They're attorneys. They won't steer you wrong. They're good people. They can get you out. And if they can't get you out, they'll be the first people to tell you it's just not going to work. So hopefully, Moo, you give them a call, 855-346-8529 or Finn, Finn, lawgroup.com. Mary, what's going on with you?
Hey, I've got a mom who's ill. She has a power of attorney medical who is her caretaker.
Okay.
I want to try. I'm not happy with the caretaker. I want to try to get her.
I got it. Hold on, Mary. I got it. I got to take a break. You'll be first up. John and Abel, you guys hold on too. Suzanne, maybe we can get Blake up, kind of feel that out. Hang tight. We'll be right back. been ripped off, taken advantage of, need some help? That's it. You call in 303-713-8255. By the way, 303 Martino. That number works on and off the air. And $300 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, you get the point. We do exactly what we say we're going to do. We try to get involved and help you out if you've been ripped off. A lot of times we can put pressure on a company just to do the right thing. A lot of times it's not a legal issue, and I'm not an attorney, but a lot of times you can't afford an attorney for the small fights. That's what this show's about. We can actually shine a spotlight that we call a radio station on the scumbags out there, and you'd be surprised how many people do the right thing after that spotlight is on them. Now, Mary has a question. And Mary, I think I got this right, but basically your mother has a caregiver. At this current time, the caregiver has a medical power of attorney for your mother. Is that correct?
That is correct, and this is Bill. I'm Mary's brother, so it's our mother. She had to go.
No problem. So,
yes.
Bill, I've got a few questions here. The medical power of attorney is one thing. It's not like you have a full, or it's not like the caregiver has a full spectrum of authority. So why don't you talk to your mother, or someone talk to your mother, and get her to change it from the caregiver to somebody else?
Yes, and we were trying to find out. Sometimes our mother is like, she's working, she has dementia, so she's kind of in and out. So we were concerned that, you know, if the caregiver challenged this, she'd be like, oh, your mother is not of sound mind, so she can't change that power of attorney.
Well, it generally doesn't work that way. It generally does not work that way. The first conversation, the easiest way, is if one of you can get your mother to actually just change it. Maybe you show up with another power of attorney. I'm not sure. But if you're saying your mother is incompetent to make that decision, then you have to go a whole nother direction. You pretty much, and I'm not an attorney, but you pretty much have to petition the court to find that finding, and generally you need doctor's records of some sort saying that she does have dementia or possibly have dementia or Alzheimer's. You need some kind of proof to walk in there. You can't simply walk in and say, hey, my mother's not acting right. They're going to want to see medical records.
Right, and Mary is actually the financial power of attorney.
Got it.
And she was also wondering if we can get our mother to sign over the medical to her. Can you be both medical and financial power of attorney at the same time?
Yes, as far as my understanding, absolutely.
Because her Alzheimer's dementia is not really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not terrible. So
you guys know it's there because you know your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you something.
That would be the way to go.
Who's the caretaker's name? What is it?
It's her name. I'm trying to think of her name.
Just
name
her first
is Marcy.
Name. That's good enough. Marcy's fine. So do you think Marcy's trying to? If she's there with your mother all the time, she's a caregiver. I assume she's there X amount of hours a day, maybe all the time, 24/7. I don't know, but. Do you think, why wouldn't you want her to have that medical? If someone else has the financial, I'm just curious, like what decision do you think she would make that you guys would make different?
Well, it's not that. Marcy has a lot of personal issues going on.
Okay.
And the couple times that our mother's been in the hospital, we couldn't get a hold of her.
Oh, okay. So it's she's hectic.
We needed somebody to make a medical decision, and the hospital's like, well, if she has power of attorney, you guys can't make the decision. And then we had to postpone that decision until we finally could get a hold of Marcy.
I got you 100%. I would try to get it changed as well. I would talk to your mother first. I think that would be the best way to proceed. But you can also talk to an attorney about doing it if you think this woman's got some kind of power over your mother or something. But I just sit down and have that conversation, or have your sister have it.
Yeah, so if we went in to talk to our mom with like a notary, and said, here's a power of attorney for your medical, and we want to switch it to Mary. Can you want to sign it, and then we could, once it's notarized, that should be good.
That should be good, but here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you a number. He'll talk to you for free over the phone. He's an attorney, Blake Harris. You might actually have a medical power of attorney form. He can email you as well. I can't promise you anything, but he can answer that question. If it has to be notarized, does anything have to happen to the old one? Because I would worry possibly if there's two of them and they're not notarized with the date, which one is effective, which one isn't. But ask him those basic questions. He'll be happy to help you. And he's at 720-924-6171. Just ask him that simple question.
924-6171.
Yep, 720-924-6171. I bet it all works out. Call back and let us know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Abel, what's going on with you?
Hello?
Hey, Abel, what's up?
Yeah, I just wanted information. I own property, and I feel like I have a heart problem, and I just wanted to put my homes in my son's name. Somebody told me just get a quick deed, and that would take care of everything. But I heard on the phone or on the radio that you guys say quick deed is not the issue. It's something different.
Well, in what you're describing, I definitely wouldn't. Hang on, I promise. I'll tell you why right after this. Did a kind of like a, I don't know, a 3 or 5 minute infomercial with Joe and Jordan, who are part of this Become the Banker, and their website's becomethebanker.org. But it's very interesting. You can actually put money for your retirement away, borrow from your own money, say if you want to buy a car or something, and pay yourself interest that builds tax-free inside of that account. It's a very interesting strategy that was actually invented years and years and years ago. It's kind of tied to life insurance, but don't get confused on that. The death benefit is one thing, but the actual financial part where you can create a retirement that's not tied to stocks that are going up and down all the time is the beneficial part. I want you to give them a call, or you can go to the website, becomethebanker.org, but give them a call and do a webinar with them. Just let them explain what's going on, how it works. Tell them, they'll tell you about success stories. It's a really cool product. If you haven't checked it out, it's about time you do. 303-779-6600 or go to becomethebanker.org to get some more information. Now, we've been talking about the liquid loan all day. I love Kurt Rogers. He's unbelievable. And the reason I say this, he has a product that no one else out there does. And what's really cool about the product, it's called the liquid loan. It is a first deed on your house. It doesn't have to be your primary residence. You can buy it, or you can actually have it on a vacation home or other property, I think even commercial property. But it is a line of credit in first position. So let's just take some basic numbers. $500,000. $500,000 home, you owe $100,000 on it. You would have a line of credit for basically $330,000. That is good for well, not forever, but for 30 years. That money you can always get to and do pretty much whatever you want with. And if you have money sitting in a savings account or checking account, you can actually offset your mortgage. So let's say in that instance, your mortgage is $100,000 and you're paying simple interest on it, by the way. But if you offset that $100,000 with $100,000 in savings, you have zero mortgage payment. You pay no interest. So when you do have a mortgage payment due because you're not offsetting that balance or don't have any of the credit line out, you have no payment. And when you do have a payment, you have simple interest only. You got to check these guys out. Go to theliquidloan.com, liquidloan.com.
So many people have told me about Orchard, and no wonder. It's the new way to sell.
Renew Home Innovations right now. Listen to this. Nick Fox, he's the owner. Right now he's doing some specials. You've been looking at getting that bathroom redone. Right now, limited time, 50% off installation labor. He can do quartz, solid surface walls. These things have zero maintenance. If you're sick of that old shower, want it to look better, give these guys a call. They're also doing a free shower door, 12 months, no payment, no interest. He has discounts for veterans, senior citizens. You get the idea. Call, get that free estimate right now. 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000. I got an emailer saying, what does this say? CBD. RealCBDThatWorks.com. That's the name of the website. If you're looking for the best CBD out there, this guy actually asked, what's the stuff Tom uses? Well, Tom uses an array of different products, but I don't know how many milligrams he uses each day. Suzanne, do you know?
I don't.
He takes one of those tablets every freaking day, and if you put in the promo code, Tom, guess what? You're going to get 30% off. But any CBD products, these guys grow them and sell them. Seed to sale. I know no other company that maintains their entire crop from seed to sale, including packaging and everything else. RealCBDThatWorks.com. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Now, a quit claim deed. Abel had a question. So, Abel, you wanted to leave it to your son, right?
Yes.
Now, do you still want control over it?
Well, no. I want him to be full owner.
I'm trying to figure out why, though. Share a little more with me. Why?
Well, I thought he'd had to sign. I went and got a copy of my deed. This is in Weld County, and I said, does my son have to sign? He said, no, you sign his name on a quick deed, and then they'll
No. Listen. Here's what I'm asking. What are you trying to achieve? Is this your primary residence?
Well, I have 3 homes.
Okay, so this one particular home, is it an investment property?
No. No.
No, what is
no
it?
Investment. No, nothing. No, I live in. The wife lives in one. The daughter lives in one. And he lives in one. But since he's my first son, and then the daughter from the mother that was before.
You just want to outright. You just want to outright give him the house.
Yeah, all of them. He's going to be the power of all the homes, the owner of all my homes.
So you want you want your son to own all 3 homes?
Yeah, all 3 homes. Yeah.
Well, there's some tax ramifications here, but I don't know if they're going to apply for what you're trying to achieve. Why do you want this done right now?
Well, see, I have a heart problem, and I don't know. My son, he's gonna go to prison, and I want him to have something. If I'm not around, at least he has something.
Yeah, but what happens if he doesn't pay property taxes, doesn't maintain the property? You might be setting him up to fail.
Well, no, the sister will take care of all that. She's going to be in the homes too. Her name as well. On all the homes. Her name.
Are these all paid for?
Just the 3 are paid for.
The 3 are paid for, and you want them in your daughter's name and your son's name.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to do on this. Suzanne, I really do want to get Blake on for this. I don't want to give this guy wrong advice just because of what he's telling me. His son's going to prison and everything else. I just hold on, Abel. Really, honest to God. I think you've got to think through some things, but I want a legal mind to help me ask you the right questions. I'm going to put it just like that. So if we can't do it today, and I don't think we can, we're going to do it tomorrow. But I really think you need to get back in touch with us tomorrow. I really do. Suzanne will get your information. This is bringing up a lot of questions that I even have. I don't know the best way for you to give 3 homes that you outright own to someone that's going to prison. It just brings up too many things. I really want to do it tomorrow. Jennifer, what's going on with this car?
So my coworker Liz bought a car on Saturday. She got a good
interest rate?
Emissions, a good emission.
Okay.
They paid cash.
Okay.
She got a good emissions from them. She got it Saturday. Today the check engine light comes on.
I mean, is it running okay? When you say she got a good emissions, I got a question about that. Did she actually go get it tested, or they gave her a clean test? Or did they just give her a certificate to go get it tested?
They gave her a clean test, and she went today and tested it because of the check engine light coming on, and the test failed.
Did they fail it because of the check engine light?
No, they did the test, and it failed for things other than just the check engine light.
Okay, so it actually failed emissions. And where did you buy this from?
She bought it from Colorado Motor Cars.
And then when you called them up, what did they say?
They're like, well, we'll try to get it in for our people to look at it in a few days.
No, you need to get it back over to them with that failed test.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
You need to go over there and get it back to them with that failed test, and you need to do it today. You don't wait till tomorrow, and the only reason I'm getting upset here is it sounds like they're trying to put you off another day, and that can be a really bad thing.
Yes.
So get back over there with that failed test, and you need something in writing. They have to fix that right now, the emissions part. They have to fix it or they got to undo this deal. You better get something in writing from these clowns. Hold on, Jennifer. Hold on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Worked your butt off your whole life. Maybe you've hit that age of 62 and a half. You don't have as much saved up as you want, but you have a lot of equity in that house. One of the things you can do is look at a reverse mortgage. Mark Massey over at Empower Reverse Mortgage will listen to what you're looking for. He can tell you how much equity you can get out. And by the way, the nice part is once you do a reverse mortgage on that house, you can live there for the rest of your days or as long as you want. It's simple as that. It's not right for everybody, but it is right for a lot of people. If you've been thinking about who to call, who to ask, give Mark a call. He's at 720-500-7719. 720-500-7719. Frank Duran, the real estate man. Do I sound like when I'm singing when I say his name? I have used Frank so many times, it's crazy. I love Frank Duran. He helped me sell our house in Castle Rock. He got more than the same model anywhere else in the neighborhood. You know how he did it? He's starting a bidding war. He priced it low. He's going to get mad. I'm telling the secrets. He priced it low. He got tons of offers, and he actually advertised it right. He did this thing called the Matterhorn, and you could do a virtual walkthrough of my house. We had people all over California, and yeah, I know some California people. We probably shouldn't have showed it in California, but I digress. Anyhow, here's the deal, though. He marketed it right. He put it up on a Friday, and he does that for a reason. By Monday, we had so many legit offers, I got to go through them and choose them. And then those offers we actually went through, and, well, he did his magic and got me more money. Then he negotiated the new house we bought out in Franktown, and he saved me a ton of dough. FrankDuranHomes.com. I realize you probably know someone that's a realtor. I promise you don't know Frank Duran, and they will not do nearly as good. FrankDuranHomes.com.
The Travel and Adventure Show flies into the Convention Center April 30th to May 1st. But we've got your tickets now. Go to KHOW.com for your chance to win.
Hello, this is Cam Cambier from Centennial Capital Partners. Considering a Roth conversion, is it right for you? Give us a call at 303-584-1161 to discuss.
Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Inc., a broker-dealer member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisor representative, Cambridge Investment Research Advisors Inc., a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Centennial Capital Partners are not affiliated.
I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering your modeling project. Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy by being particular, just like you. 800-362-8370.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and the Fed has made it known they plan on hiking interest rates, and that means borrowing money is going to get more expensive later. Take advantage of securing the lowest possible payment now. If you're someone who needs to tap into equity to consolidate bills, pay off debt, or get money for home improvements, you want to call today, 303-867-7000 or online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Is your concrete sinking, interior floor, basement, or garage? Brian here with Advanced Mud Jacking. I've been lifting concrete in Colorado for over 30 years. We use cement, nothing toxic. Advanced Mud Jacking, 303-424-9441. AdvancedMudJacking@yahoo.com.
When you're sick, injured, or experiencing an urgent medical problem, the last thing you want to do is leave your home to find care. Now, thanks to Dispatch Health, you don't have to, because Dispatch Health brings the power of the hospital to the comfort of your home. That's right, receive same-day, high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the comfort and privacy of your home. Just call or click, and Dispatch Health comes to you, able to treat common to complex issues, including infections, flu, pneumonia, migraines, dehydration, UTIs, COPD, COVID-19, and much more. It's really that simple. Go to dispatchhealth.com to learn more. And now, Dispatch Health has advanced capabilities to deliver IV fluids and even take X-rays in the home. It's really that powerful. Plus, they're affordable and in-network with most health insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicare Advantage. So the next time you're sick or injured, stay home, stay safe, and let Dispatch Health come to you.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver with advanced technology and equipment so we can reach over 160 million addresses across the country. We're delivering for thinkers, doers, movers, shakers, groundbreakers, future makers, innovators, trailblazers, disruptors, streamers, dreamers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivering.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, we're helping you knock out your bucket list. Because when you buy a Napa bucket for $4.99 and toss 3 or more items inside, you'll save 20% on your bucket full. So whether your bucket list includes restoring a classic, visiting every state, or saving money on the things to get you there, Napa's got your back and your bucket. Turn your shopping list into a bucket list at Napa.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations. Not valid on sale items. Other exclusions apply. Offer ends 4/30/2022.
Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Leland Conway.
From ghost guns to gun buyback programs, none of these gun regulation procedures actually reduce crime. We'll talk about it. 205 Tuesday, 6:30 KHOW, Denver's talk station.
You know, I just went to OneClearChoiceGarageDoors.com. Yeah, check it out. I'm not kidding. You ever need any work on your garage door? I'm looking at it right now. They've got all their pricing on there. Here's roller pricing, how much it is. Here's every bit. Here's how much it is. You get a lifetime warranty, poly rollers guaranteed to be quiet, $133 serviced. That's dirt cheap. How about this? Here's another thing. Garage door roller installment with lifetime warranty for door off-track repair. Installed pricing, $24. You need anything done, including new doors, go to OneClearChoiceGarageDoors.com. Man, I have not seen a company with upfront pricing like that in a long time. They have 4 showrooms, by the way. Really good people. I bought 2 doors from them years and years ago, and they're just great people. Now, check this out. This poor woman, I say it's a woman, I got to get back to this. Yeah, Jennifer, who's your friend that actually bought the car?
Her name is Liz. She's a coworker of mine.
She needs to get her butt back to, what is it called?
What's the name of the company? Colorado Motor Cars.
You need to get that back there with that failing test today. Sunday doesn't count. You're on day 2. Tomorrow, that clock expires and they have an out. You need to get back there. You got to take some video with that failing test, and you need something in writing assuring you that they're going to fix it. And if they don't want to fix it, you call tomorrow and I'll light them up, because that's absolutely ridiculous to say the only reason they told you bring it in a couple days is because it's going to be too late at that point. That car needs to be brought back today. And for people listening, here's the bottom line. When you buy a used car and you live in an emissions area like most people do in Colorado, you have 3 days to make sure that car passes. These folks failed that test. You need to get that back. They need to fix that car. Period. End of story.
That's what I needed to know.
In fact, Suzanne, do me a favor. Give them give them our Google number. Give them that number so they can get in touch with me. If they have any questions while they're at the dealership, give them a phone number to call so I can kindly talk to the dealer. That's a bunch of crap. I don't like the way they're trying to hoodwink her. I don't like one part about it. Jay Brett's Excel Roofing, you want to do any specials? There's no specials this time of year.
We don't have any specials going on right now.
Besides the best pricing.
We give great pricing. We do honest roof inspections. If somebody's telling you that you have hail damage, call your insurance. Call us up. We'll come out. We'll tell you if you have hail damage or not. 303-761-6400.
303-761-6400. That's Jay Brett's, owner of Excel Roofing. Thank you for being in today. Hopefully we hear back from that lady and we have a good update. We got more stuff coming up tomorrow. My name's Mark Major, and this is